तेरे दिल को दिल लगी न लगे, दिल लगी भी तेरे दिल को दिल लगी न लगे, वफाओं की हमसे सबक तो नहीं है, वफाओं की हमसे सबक तो नहीं है।
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel. And as always, we have our host, Bubs the God, Mike G. Riggins, myself, the voice of TTB. And today we have a very special guest, makeup artist extraordinaire, and cast member of season 3, the Come Up Atlanta. We have Anthony in the building. What's going on?
Yes, hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for wanting to do this with me. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you. Now, I just want to ask you one question, and I'm going to pass it off to my brother Bubs, but I just want to get this out of the way really quickly. What is your race? What is your nationality? Because the girls, they call you white, they call you Latino. Are you mixed? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
All right. So my ethnicity is I am Puerto Rican, Nicaraguan, and white. Okay, I'm a mixture of it all. So, you know, my whole life I've gotten, oh, you're white, or you're Mexican, or like, you know what I mean? People always try to put me in a box of what I need to be. But at the end of the day, I was raised around both cultures, you know what I mean? So it's just like you can't sit there and tell me what I am when it runs my blood, baby. And my last name's Colom, and my first name's Antonio. So I don't know what you want me to do.
Antonio. I like that, Antonio. Say hello to my little friend, Antonio. Oh, okay, really quickly also, so what do you think you identify more with, and what white are you? Is it Irish? Is it Italian? Is it...
So, Irish, German, and Scottish?
Oh, all right.
I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need to do an ancestry.com because I need to know what the fuck is flowing through me, because I've gotten people telling me I look fucking either just white, Mexican, I've gotten Polynesian before. Like, I've gotten people at, like, when I get sun, like in the summertime, I get pretty dark, so I get asked if I mix with black, like, you know what I mean? So right. I've gotten a lot.
Have you ever had black in you?
I mean, discuss that another time.
Okay, so he part black, y'all. Leave him alone, okay? Go ahead, Bubs.
Okay, that one question threw me off. I have 9 questions for you, Anthony. It's not gonna be very long like the previous ones I did, but we're gonna kind of get a little bit deep. I kind of want to know more about you than what we've seen on the show. But using things from the show to kind of just dig a little deeper. So during this season, you've opened up and shared information regarding you and your father's relationship. You shared that your father wasn't really like keeping up with you in your life, and you usually had to be the one to always reach out to him first. Was there a time before where y'all's relationship was better?
I would say, honestly, a lot of my childhood, me and my dad were not close. It was very much, I think him and a lot of fathers have a preconceived version of what they want their son to be.
Right.
And I wasn't that. And I think he was trying to change that, or trying to influence me to be something I wasn't. He's very outdoorsy, very much like doing yard work, working on cars, all that stuff. And he would like almost force me to do it. And also, mind you, my father is ex-Marine too. He's just very, very old school. He was raised by my grandpa from Puerto Rico, my Mimi from Nicaragua. So he was raised very old-fashioned, you know, from, you know, my grandpa passed away a long time ago, rest in peace, but my Mimi lives with them now, and she barely even speaks English. So it's like she'll start out in English and like slowly go into Spanish. So it's just like he was just raised from people that had a preconceived way of how men should be, and that's basically how he raised me as well.
Okay.
We weren't
So,
we weren't close at all my whole life. I think honestly, as I got older and more as an adult, we've become closer.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Because my next question for you was, I don't know if you already answered it, but like, was there a certain type of event that kind of happened, or a situation that happened that kind of like created that relationship that y'all had that was kind of like rocky?
I mean, kinda.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, I was very much the rebellious one. I like to party. I like to be out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 15 years old, I had a 19-year-old boyfriend.
Oh wow.
Just
Mm-hmm.
that type of behavior. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I did disrespect my father and
Mm-hmm.
invited the boy that I was with to my house, and my father had found out.
Mm.
And it was just a huge, like, I want to say brawl. It wasn't a brawl. It was just a big altercation and fight between me and my father. And I think that was what set it off. And looking back now, you know what I mean? I see why it set him off. Because at the end of the day, he was putting that roof over my head and he
Right.
was telling me the motherfucking rules, and I didn't listen to the rules.
Right.
So he had every right to respond how he wanted to respond. But you know, when you're young, immature, and you're like, why doesn't my dad understand me? Blah, blah, blah. You kind of get a resentment build up towards him and you distance
Right.
yourself. And as I got older, I realized, you know, at the end of the day, I kind of did disrespect him, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think obviously before that had happened, he didn't agree with who I was. But I think that just kind of just set the tone for our relationship for the upcoming years
Mm-hmm.
because of just how disrespectful it was of me, and then of how things escalated between me and him. It was just like there was kind of no really coming back from what was said and done.
Right. Okay. Okay. So with you being part of the LGBT plus community, and especially with you having more feminine energy with wearing makeup and the clothes and all that type of stuff, like do you feel like your father kind of still struggles with that aspect, especially with you saying that he's, you know, still old school, kind of like in that old type of mindset?
He does.
You know?
He definitely does still struggle with it. I don't think he likes seeing me in full makeup. I don't think he
Mhm.
likes seeing me wear female clothes. But I also think we've grown to a place where he respects it. And before he used to comment on it.
Mhm.
Now it's more so he doesn't comment on it. He kind of just lets it like happen, you know, instead of sitting there and kind of saying like disrespectful things under his breath. Or like his biggest thing is he always brings up like females around me. He's like, oh, like my dad's very vulgar. So he'll be like, oh, did you get some pussy yet? Like that's the type of shit he'll say. I'm just like, but I've
Mhm.
checked him on it over the years. I'm like, Dad, like I understand it's coming from a joking place, but I'm not taking it as a joke. I'm taking it as disrespect because you know
Right.
who I am. And it's like, you keep trying to bring this up and it's not happening, baby. Like, there ain't no punani over here, okay?
Exactly. Let
Like,
it go. Let it
sorry
go.
about it. But he has definitely grown to respect me more as a person. I think it's because he sees how far I've come with just being who I am. Like,
Yeah.
respects that.
And then the fact that you're able to take care of yourself and sustain yourself too, that's a really big thing, because that's what men are supposed to do. So in a sense, you still doing that, you know what I mean, as far as taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to people of the LGBT plus community who struggle with maintaining a relationship with their parents and loved ones?
I definitely think that people are struggling with their loved ones accepting them or being a part of their lives in the LGBT community. If you feel strongly about the person, I always say reach out. Like, I understand it's really hard to put your pride down and be like, hey, this hurts me. This is what I want to talk about with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worth it, you know? And I'll address it more like when the reunion comes. But I'm very happy me and my father had that conversation
I'm happy.
this
Yes.
season because, like I've said on like the after show and everything, it was something I really wanted to have for a long time, and I felt like this show pushed me to have that conversation, which I'm very, very happy for, because I got it off my chest. You know, I got off how I felt. And if you want to sit, you can take what I'm saying to you. And if you want to try to fix it, then try to fix it. If you don't, then I know where it's at. You know what I mean?
Right. Because you freed yourself.
Exactly. And I think everyone should do that. I think everyone should voice how they feel, whether it's a positive thing that comes out of it or if it's nothing that comes out of it. At least you got off your chest. At least you let them know what was on your mind.
Okay. And kind of segueing into this one here. Now, you showcasing the conversation with your father, which was definitely needed because we need more conversations like that. So to any parents that might be watching this interview who have LGBT children, what would you say to parents who are struggling to understand and accept their LGBT plus child?
Educate yourselves. I think a big thing, and especially with my generation's parents, is they have this preconceived notion of what the gay community is. Because, you know, and also I'm going to say this too, because this was my father's biggest thing, is my health. You know what I mean? So he grew up in San Francisco during when AIDS and HIV was had one of the biggest breakouts. You know, San Francisco's like gay central. So he's seen what it did to the community. And I think that was his biggest fear. So I think just educating yourself and letting your child know the precautions they should be taking, letting your child know you're there for an open conversation if you feel like you had a fuck up or a mess up. So we can go get you tested, go get you this. You know what I mean? It's just all education, because if your son, daughter, trans son feels like they can't come to you with those issues, who the fuck are they going to go to?
Exactly.
You know, so I think parents need to just educate themselves and be there for their children, because it's not something we just woke up and said, oh, I want to like boys today. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's not how it works. So people just really need to educate themselves and be there for their kids.
That's an excellent answer. Thank you. Education is everything. So now we're going to kind of take it into, you know, a little bit of like a higher drive here. Now, as we saw this season thus far, Pyro clearly does not see it for you at all. The first time y'all met, there was boom. When y'all met again and you bought the book, the backpack and the school supplies for the kids, there was a boom there. When you tried to approach Pyro for a conversation at his love event, boom. And when y'all met up at this social networking event, it was click, click, boom. So I want to know personally, what do you think about Pyro's actions towards you?
I would say why I think Pyro acted that way towards me is just point blank period. I think he's young. I think he wanted to bring a little spice to the cameras. I think that's all I could think of. You know what I mean? I've said this before. If I were 21 years old and I joined a reality show, it would be totally different than the person I am now at 25. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of it has to do with how he wanted to be perceived. He wanted to be perceived as the big dog. By the end of the day, people can read when you're just doing too much. You know what I mean? When the cameras are on, people can see like, okay, this isn't you. Like, you're trying too much for the cameras. And no shade, but that showed. You know what I mean? Like, it showed. You're just doing too much. Like, you're trying to create a problem with me. And I said that in one of my confessionals. You're trying to create this problem with me that's non-existent because I legitimately don't know you.
Right.
And so the first time that whole thing happened, I brought the book back. It was literally all jokes. Like, I did a green screen that wasn't aired. I was just like, you know, like, I did it to be petty and like, you know, be like, listen, it's not that serious. Like, you can invite me to a kid's event. Like, here's the backpack. Here's this. Like, let's be cool. And we shook hands. And what a lot of people don't know is when cameras stopped rolling after that scene where I'm in the, actually this bucket hat and then my orange crew neck, that whole scene with the backpack. After we were done filming, before we left, I gave everybody a hug. And I looked at him, I was like, can I get a hug? And he was like, no. So I was like, okay, so he's really not fucking with me. Like, this isn't just for the cameras. Like, it's not.
So I'm sorry. So you said you did it. You did it to be petty. But you
Like
broke.
petty in a way of like this whole situation's petty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like to settle, like, this whole situation's petty. Like, it's not that serious. Here's the book bag. Here's some notepads or whatever and some pencils. And let's keep it moving. Let's make truce and just keep it moving. But
Yeah, I only said that because on the live earlier, Judy said you brought the book bag as a peace offering. So
yeah,
that's
no.
what.
Yeah, no, I meant like to show him that the whole situation was petty. Like,
Right.
it wasn't that serious to sit there and be having beef over what your first impression of me. You know what I mean? Like, there was no reason to have beef, and that's why we shook hands. You've seen us smiling. He's like, "You're invited to my next event." Blah blah blah. After filming stopped that scene, I was like, "Can I get a hug?" He was like, "No." I was just like, "Okay." So then I kept it pushing, and then that's when the social media stuff started happening, and that's when I was just like, "Didn't we just say we were cool?" And that's what a lot of people aren't seeing. Is like what a lot of people have to understand. You're seeing about half of what's filmed.
Right.
Like, you don't know what went into it or what was said. A lot of times half is filmed. So like a lot of people are coming from me in the comments or whatever, or on the live chat. They're like, "Oh, like you bringing that to his event was fucked up, blah blah blah." But didn't he bring the drama to his event? He invited a whole bunch of bitches that my girl Judy don't fuck with. So it's like you invited these people to cause a problem at your event. I was just coming up to talk to you and say, "Hey, what's the issue? Because me and you, I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. Like, stop talking about me. Like, just stop."
Okay. I had 3 questions, but now I'm gonna have 2 more. I'm gonna scratch the last one because I think you kind of answered it already. Now in this recent episode, towards the end, both Pyro and Leon shared that they felt bad for the way they reacted towards you at the networking event, and that they would want to sit down to talk and apologize to you. Would you ever give them that opportunity to do that?
I do give them the opportunity.
Okay, you do. Okay, cool.
You guys will see that.
Okay, well, boom.
But I can't go too far into it because
Understandable.
I'll go to
And
see it. I do give them the opportunity. I do.
well, hopefully they take it in a positive way. I'm nervous to see what's gonna happen. And the last question, this is kind of more like on the funny, shady type of side or whatever. Who do you think has the fatter ass, Messiah or Mulan?
Ooh, that's hard.
I know, but somebody gotta win. Somebody gotta win.
That's hard. I would say Milan just because sis got the BBL, okay? Sis got the booty fat back there, okay?
And we thank God for that.
But
So,
Messiah does have a booty on him, okay?
yeah, see, the both of them do, and I'm grateful for that. So, but thank you, Anthony, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Mike. Let him know. Let him know what you.
Hey, Anthony.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. First, I want to commend you on just holding your own thus far on the season from what I've seen. I'm trying to pull up my questions. I have like quite a few, even though Bubs touched on some as far as like the father stuff, which I related to you on that part because I recently just found him again last year after like 20 something years of not speaking to him. It was through Ancestry, actually. Um, but yeah, so I just want to jump right in and I just want to know, like, what did you expect going into this season? Like walking on set, like what did you expect? What did you like? Did you come in with your guard up? Did you come in like I'm the shit, I'm that girl, I'm about to run this? Like, what was your thought process?
Honestly, what you guys see is me. Like, I go into situations, I'm the type, look, the wine and cheese event, this is my first time meeting people. I'm the type, I'll show up with a bottle. Hi, everybody. That's just me. I don't show up empty-handed. I show up with positive energy. And even when Karan had casted me in our conversation, I was just telling him, I was like, I really want to go into this and really uplift each other and really get our brains up and going. Yes, I know there's going to be drama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, I know there's going to be shade thrown here and there. But my main goal was to show the community that us as a group of gay men can come together and really make shit fucking happen. And that was my biggest thing is coming in this. I wanted to showcase my business. I wanted to showcase my personality. I wanted to tell my story. And that was that. I didn't come in here being like, oh, I want to run this shit, blah, blah, blah. I want to like put these bitches in their place, let them know. Like, that wasn't me. Like, I'm a very cool, calm, collected person. Like, I don't really go out of my way to be rah-rah or be in anybody's face or even be the loudest person in the room or twerking on something or like, that's not me. Like, I really just keep it cute. Like, I really do. Like, my friends can
I can relate to that because I'm not that person either. But do you feel that people categorize us as boring because we don't do those things?
No, because I feel like I have a whole other thing that I'm bringing to the table. You know what I mean? I'm bringing my career. I'm bringing my hustle. I'm bringing my style. I'm bringing my personality. I'm bringing come out to the club and turn up with me. Like, I'm a very fun person. I like to have a very good time. Anybody that knows
with that, do you feel that Pyro challenged you because he sensed an aura about you and he was just jealous, or like what was it? Like, we're trying to figure out, like, now that you filmed this season and you probably got a better understanding of Pyro and his behavior towards you, like, what was it? Because for you to just walk in a room and immediately he's like not liking you, like what was it?
I don't even want to say it was jealousy. Because, like, looking back, I know I said it, like, after our fight, I was like, the bitch has been jealous since day one, blah, blah, blah. But that was just me, like, mad after a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I think he's mad about is he's seen a pretty lit bitch come to his city and get the bag, and a city he's from, and what, he's on his 3rd season, and what do you have to show for it?
So,
And,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. And it's really no shade. And it's just like, I really want him, and I hope me and him can have a conversation at the reunion, because I really want to have a conversation. And that's my thing with him, is he doesn't know how to have a conversation. He likes to get up but I'm just like, it's really no shade. I just want you to realize this isn't cute the way you're acting. You know what I mean? This isn't going to showcase your talent. This isn't going to showcase your work. Like, that's what this platform was made for. It's for everybody to see what we're doing here in Atlanta to make a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
And you came in off the bat judging me and coming for me and starting drama with me when you should have been focused in the studio and showcasing your work and showcasing your shows and all that stuff. And it's just like, you know, I came on set every day with my face beat. So every time I go on that scene, it's showing my work.
Yeah.
I made sure of that. Like, I made sure that I was like, I'm gonna make sure I look beat. I want people to see what I can do to them. You know what I mean? And
well,
I don't want
just to cut you off. Not to cut you off, Anthony, 1 second. But I don't think that the conversation will happen at the reunion just because it's already so much ego. It's camera, it's lights, it's people there, it's people in the ear, it's the entourage. So I think that maybe you should have Karan set up something to where it's just you two having a conversation piece, because that's the only way you're going to get an answer. Because if it's in the audience or a group, he's going to show out on you. Period.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You know, we do have a one-on-one conversation later this season, and you guys will see that. But I can't speak on that. But it's just like, I would be open to having another conversation with him. Doesn't mean we have to be friends after it. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean we have to sit there and be BFF and add each other on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. But just clear the air and just be like, listen, like, it's not, you want to sit there and blame somebody for how you looked all season, but that was your whole, that's how you acted. That's who you were the whole season. So it's just like, that's what you showed. So you can't be mad at anybody other than yourself. You can blame editing, you can blame this, but at the end of the day, they can't edit out what you did. You know?
Well, as a viewer watching the show, when he asked you about the Black Lives Matter movement, and like I said, as a viewer, it seemed like you gave him an answer to just shut him up and get him off you. Do you really understand the movement and what it's about?
Absolutely. I absolutely do know what Black Lives Matter is about. Like, Black lives do matter. And you know, it is ignorant of me, because I'm going to be real with you. Growing up, junior high, high school, race and ethnicity to me was not a big thing You know what I mean? I didn't really realize what it was until I got older, like 18, 19, 20, when shit started really happening in the media. And I was just like, okay, like, let me peep this. But at the end of the day, what I had to realize was if I get pulled over and my homegirl Judy gets pulled over, the likelihood of me getting off the bat with nothing going wrong, easy breezy. The likelihood of her getting off with nothing happening to is not the same. You know what I mean? So I definitely do realize it. There's a stereotype, not a stereotype, but unfairness in the justice system. There's people losing their lives because they have a fucking hoodie on. There's people losing their lives because they're not compliant to the police. There's people losing their lives because they get pulled over for a fucking traffic ticket. Like, it's insane. So I definitely do get it. I definitely do. Because at the end of the day, because I am more white passing or I am a fairer skin tone, when I walk into a room, I'm going to be treated different and looked at different than my girl over here that's a darker skin tone and is black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
So
for sure.
let's lighten up, because I know you had so much drama and you dealt with so much. So let's lighten up. So how are you making the best of this platform?
I'm making
Because
the best.
people get on the platform and they don't capitalize off of it. How are you making the best of it?
So you'll see later on in the season, I do share. I have a TV personality client that I do her makeup, and that's major for me. I've only been here in Atlanta a year and a half, and the fact I landed that, like, I shocked myself. Like, I was proud of myself because she booked me her whole season, and I talk about that. And I can't say what the show is yet because it airs in March, but I get a little bit more into it on the show when you guys when it airs, like these next couple of few episodes. But I showcase that. I also am capitalizing on social media right now. So when the episodes do air on Wednesdays, I'm promoting my lash line that I'm going to be dropping soon, because I automatically get like 200 more views than I normally do on Wednesdays. So I'm like, let me post my shit. You know what I mean? So people are seeing it. I'm strategic about it, but I'm also being authentically myself. It's just I want my brand to grow as well as me as a person is growing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be caught up in the fighting and the drama to where it shadows over my talent and what I've worked really hard for here in Atlanta. And that was my biggest fear going on the show. After I filmed, or it was after mine and Pyro's fight, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing on this shit? Like this is not me. Yeah. Like, this is not my everyday life. People that know me, I'm fun, I'm outgoing, I like to party, I like to get cute, I like to make money. Like, that's really what I'm about in real life. I don't fight people. I don't sit there and drag people. I don't sit there and shade people 24/7. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I had to like realize, like, what the fuck am I doing? But then, once it aired and I was like, okay, I was being myself the whole time. So, that's going to air. Like, myself is going to air. So either people are going to fuck with it or they don't. And throughout this season, I've just tried to capitalize off of our Wednesday nights and getting my social media views up and showing my brand and what I'm working on, because I really am working my ass off. Yeah. And people don't see the anxiety that goes behind it, doubting yourself, the money that goes into it, the time that goes into it. They just see you looking cute on camera and then fighting bitches, and they think like, oh, that's who he is. But it's just like, no, that's not who I am.
So you mentioned you had a celebrity client. So who are your top 3 celebrity clients, if you're able to name them?
I would say I just have one.
Just have one at the moment.
And that's the TV personality that I'm doing now. Actually, I have her on Saturday too. That's the thing too, is she's booked me outside of her season. So when she has special events and everything. And I wanna comment on that as well. Okay. A lot of people in Atlanta especially are a lot of name droppers. And they think that you're not a real makeup artist unless you have celebrity makeup artist. Baby, 3 out of 4 times, the regular schmegler girls are paying more than what these IG models are motherfucking paying. because they're thinking you need them for the clout
Mhm.
or the post or the tag. And I don't need your tag, babe. I need your money. That's the difference between me and a lot of these bitches, is they sit there and they want to have somebody big name behind them. But all you're doing is getting clout off somebody that's more known than you and more rich than you. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real about it. That's what you're getting off of it. So I'm more worried about Diane down the motherfucking street paying me my full 125 for a full beat, rather than an IG model being like, oh, that's too much. Can you do it for 70? No, bitch. You're going to pay the 125. Like, that's my thing, is there's a lot of, because I've been asked that a lot. And I'm not saying that you're like coming from me, but I've been asked like, oh, do you do celebrity? I'm like, I have a TV personality, girl.
Yeah.
I'm cool with just her. Like,
And then one will lead into others because they'll start talking and recommending you. So, you'll
exactly. And it's all word of mouth. It's all work ethic. It's all artistry driven. And my thing is I'm content with not being a quote unquote celebrity makeup artist. If my regular girls are paying my bills, that's all I need. Like, you know what I mean? People are so big on a big name. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about a name. Give me a fucking paycheck.
Okay. So my last question: are you or would you come back for another season?
You know, when I first stopped filming this season, and I know Karan is gonna be like, Anthony, but like I know he was probably a little worried that I wasn't gonna come back, at least, because I didn't know. Like, there came a point, y'all, where I was so fucking over it.
Mhm.
Like, it's just so time consuming. It's so draining. You're in an environment you're not fucking used to. And you guys had to realize too, I'm trying to fit filming in between clients and my social life and my personal life. It's a lot that goes into this. And I was just like, was it worth it? Like, you know what I mean? When I was done filming, I was like, was it worth it?
Yeah.
What I will say is I'm gonna come back for another season.
Or you should do the census,
I've done a lot of thinking. Oh, well, that's if Karan even wants me. You know what I mean?
Since
Like,
you're giving people their solo shows, you should ask them to give you a solo show about makeup and your makeup clients and stuff. That way you can be away from all that.
to him. You know what I mean? Like, that's up to him. I'm not asking for that. I don't really care to have that, honestly. Like, my thing is next season, if he asks me to come back, I do want to showcase more of just my business. Like, I only had a few makeup scenes this season. And honestly, when I'm with my clients, like, we be keying. Like, you'll see, like, when I'm with my TV personality, we be fucking keying. Like, just laughing, having a good time. I'm beating them down. They love their beat. Like I said, I'm doing my lash line. I'm going to be launching other things on the website that I'm working on, too. There's a lot that's coming that I want to work on. And I do want to use the platform to get it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's wrong at all. I think, that's the reason why I'm on the platform, is to showcase what I'm working on. So if Karan asks me to come back for another season, I will come back. I was very skeptical at first. I will say that. Like, I did not know. I was like, but I'll come back. I will.
Well, I thank you. I hope you do come back. Just interacting with you. I really like you. I don't see why Pyro don't like you, but whatever. but I thank you. I wish you the best.
I appreciate it.
What made you? I want to know what made you get into makeup in the first place.
So, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a licensed esthetician too. So, back in Seattle, I went to school to be a master esthetician. So they basically train you everything from like the flu stuff, like waxing, facials, makeup, all the way up to laser hair removal, medium depth chemical peels, all that shit. So throughout my course, I kind of fell in love with the makeup aspect. And then I went to a class for MAC. It was like a pro class where like esthetician students and pro makeup artists could come and basically learn from what they call senior artists with MAC. So basically celebrity makeup artists that have worked with MAC and, you know, are on contract with MAC and do runway, like New York Fashion Week and, you know, their branding photo shoot, stuff like that. So he came in and did makeup and I just fell in love with the vibe. So then I put in an application, brought my resume, and I started working for MAC. And I was with MAC for 4.5 years.
Okay.
And I transferred with them down here to Atlanta. And then Corona hit, like 3 weeks of me being here. And so that put a halt on everything. And then when we got back from MAC, it just was not the same. And I was just telling my mom, I'm like, I'm so unhappy. Like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I fucking hate it there now. They took away my job position. I was in management. They took away my management position, started cutting my pay, my benefits. And I honestly, y'all, took a leap of faith and said, fuck this job. I'm going to go do my own shit. And I've been blessed. Like, that's, I've been blessed. And I can, like, I thank God every day. Like, thank you so much for putting me in a situation to win.
Yeah, as you should, and congratulations on that. On the most recent episode, we all saw the full fight, or what I like to call a mud wrestling match. Okay.
I'm not gonna fight you, but I will throw this drink on your ass, bitch. So play it, man. You know, no. Bitch, you did. Bitch, stop. What the fuck? What are y'all doing? Hey, it's not giving that. What? That is not fucking funny. That is not the fucking funny. That is not fucking funny. That is not the fuck funny. Carry on. Come on. What are you? Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. It's not giving it on track. Let him go. Let him go.
Between you and Pyro, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad were you about those white pants being dirty? I mean, honestly.
I was actually furious, y'all. That's the only thing I was mad about. Like, I was more mad about my outfit getting fucked up rather than, like, me getting in a fight. Because I literally just bought those pants and that shirt, like, that past, like, week. And my shirt was okay. My Yeezys came out okay. My Telfar bag came out okay. But those white pants were motherfucking destroyed. Which I was really surprised that my shirt came out okay. Because my shirt was like low-key like covered in fucking mud. So I don't know how that turned out okay. But it did. My pants were the only thing that were ruined. Yes, I was upset about it. That's like the only thing I was upset about.
I'm happy you said that because I told that story recently on my on a live about my white pants that I just bought. I just bought these damn white pants and they were covered in blood and I was just over it. But anyways, looking back, do you think Judy and Messiah should have jumped into the altercation to help you out?
So this is a very, very big question that everyone keeps asking. What a lot of you need to realize. Yes, me and Judy knew each other before filming. Okay, we met one time at Traffic at a club here in Atlanta. I was in the bathroom. We were keying. She was like, girl, come up to the table with me in my house. Like, I love your vibe, blah, blah, blah. We keyed that night. Okay, that was back in May. We didn't start filming again until August. Mind you, I didn't know Judy was a part of the show. Did not know this. And so Karan, when he was doing my interview, like to cast me, he was just like, I think you would click with Judy. Like, I think you and Judy. I was like, wait, Judy, what's her at? He told me, I was like, wait, I know her. Like, I've met her before. I was like, okay, bet. Like, then, like, I'm sure, like, you guys will hit it off great. So people don't know this, but me and Judy were just starting to getting to know each other during filming. That's when we really started forming a friendship. And same with Messiah. My thing is this. I didn't get beat up. They weren't jumping me. Like, yes, the boy came at me from the side or whatever. And then I got pulled off the porch. But what did y'all want them to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was holding my own. He doesn't air it. And I think when you guys see when he pulls me off the porch, and it's like almost he has like the hot tub right there that we were sitting on or whatever, he doesn't really show us really in the mud when we were really punching each other and shit. I think it might be because YouTube. I was holding my own. That boy did not hit me one time in my face. So my thing is like, y'all want them to jump in and y'all want them to like cause this big scene. But my thing is, it would have done nothing but caused a bigger fucking issue for everybody. So like my thing is Judy helped me up. Judy grabbed all my shit off the ground, put it in my purse. Messiah walked me out. And then Milan came with like a napkin, helped me dab down. There was nothing more for them to do. And like what people need to realize is, yes, we're friends, but we're all our own individual people. So if I'm holding my own in a fight, what's the need in them jumping in? You know what I mean? And that's same with Messiah, same with Judy. And like, if they were holding their own, like, what am I gonna do? Like, it all happened so fucking fast. And I think that's why I was so calm about it, because I didn't expect, like, when that man walked up with the drink or whatever, that I knew once he turned to speak to me, I was like, okay, so now he's gonna, like, that's when I knew. But like, you've seen how quick it happened. He threw it, I threw it back, the boy pushed me from the side, I got pulled out. Like, I think they were just like gagged. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what is going on? I don't think they needed to get involved. It was not serious. You guys don't see it, but like Messiah was really upset after I fought. Like, yes, you guys see it in the footage a little bit, but he was like there was a point where he was like holding me. He's like, sister, like, I'm so sad that happened to you. Like, I'm really, really upset that happened to you out of everybody, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, girl, it's good. Like, I'm still sitting pretty. Like, my face was not touched. Like, I just have some pants that are fucked up. But there was no need for them to jump in. And people need to get off them because we're friends in real life. I be with them in real life. We have a group message. We stay the night at each other's houses. Like, we're friends. And if anything were like that to happen to us when we're out, yes, they would have my back. But when we're out, we don't get that. Like, we don't get people trying to fight us. We don't get people trying to throw shade and come for us. Like, we don't get that. So,
well, speaking of pretty, are you putting pretty and paid on a shirt?
I need to.
or what about my bag costs more than your life? Those are two.
Right, I need to trademark those, huh?
ASAP. I would get the shirts out next week. Okay.
Okay, period. Okay, TTB coming through with the branding. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think you were targeted, honestly, because of your lighter skin?
I think I was targeted because I don't give that aggressive energy. I don't think it was because of my skin tone, my more European features. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was because y'all seen how calm I was. I was sitting there. I barely spoke. I maybe made like 2 comments, like, because he was like, you bitches are weird. I was like, no, you're weird. I said that, and then he said something about like, you mad bitch. I was like, how are we mad when you're talking about us all over your social media? Like, what do you mean mad? That's all I said. And then he attacked me. But you seen Judy was with the shits and up in their face, like, what's good? Like, nobody's gonna touch me. And they didn't touch her. So I just think it was because I was the calm, collected one, and he didn't think I was going to give all that, but I gave all that.
Looking at the most recent episode, it appeared that Leon was really, really upset that you brought that damn book back. Were you as surprised as I think we all were as why? I didn't understand why he was so furious about you bringing the book back.
He's just fishing for something to grab at, to have an issue with. That's just what it is. And I get it. Like, he wants to have his booze back or whatever. But at the same time, it's just like, it was literally a book bag. And mind you, he keeps calling these things his events. But when we first went in that scene with Pyro at the wine and cheese night, Pyro says it's his event. So you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know that. I didn't know that it was your event. Pyro told me it's his event. And then the night that we fought, that wasn't their event. The event person that had it together reached out to Karan and said, I want you guys to come and film here and, you know, put your brands out there. So them sitting there trying to run with, oh, this was our event, we wanted them to leave. No, we were all invited. They reached out to Karan. They reached out to production. yes, Leon, you had your station there or whatever. And no shade, but we put money in your pocket. We bought your drinks. We tipped you. You know what I mean? And then you had no problem. You sat there like, hi guys, served us the drinks. But then all of a sudden, when we sit outside in that group setting, you have an issue that we didn't speak to Pyro. Like, who the fuck wants to speak to him when he was just on social media bashing all three of us? Like, who's gonna speak to him? This isn't your event, so we don't need to speak to you.
Yikes. Was that your first ever altercation, like physical altercation in like your first fight?
No. I've been in, that'll probably be my third altercation. Last altercation I was in, you guys, was when I was 19 years old. Okay. I'm 25 now. That was 6 years ago. I haven't fought nobody since I was 19 years old. And last time I did that was in the club because the bitch was hating on me. And it was a tussle. I wouldn't even say it was a fight. It was just a tussle. Like, I don't do this. I don't fight with bitches. Like,
why do you think the girls be hating on you?
Because I'm a pretty lit bitch that came to their city and showed them how to get to the bag. It's no shade. It's no shade. Like, it's just reality. I think, you know, people that were born here or people that were raised here or have been on the show for a long time and their shit hasn't been popping, they get a little intimidated when they see somebody that was popping before the show.
It's because you're a cancer. It's because you're a cancer, darling. We're some bad bitches.
and I think also like that cancer energy is just like, we don't gotta do too much. Like, I'm really, like I said, I'm so chill. Like, I have that side to me. I got them claws, but I do have that side to me. But I don't like to show that side. I like to be positive and show love and be a good time. I'm a good time. I like to have fun. That's me.
Oh yeah, we got 3 cancers up here tonight. Bubs is a cancer. I'm a cancer. You're a cancer. Yes. Wait, Mike, what's your sign?
Pisces.
Okay, we got water
signs. Period.
Yes. Who run the world? Water. Okay, you need to drink your water.
Right.
Okay. Period. Now let's go back a little earlier in the season when you first met, you know, Pyro. You know, Bubs touched on it a little bit earlier, but when you went to go give him a hug, his whole reaction was crazy to the hug. Okay, at first I was like, okay, well, you know, it is COVID, you know, so maybe.
The girl was not wearing a mask. The girl was not worried about COVID.
Right. But then as it continued on, I was like, oh, he's just doing it to be an asshole, basically. So was that your first time ever experiencing something like that, of that nature, meeting somebody?
To that extent, yes. Like, I've gotten people that are just very, like, you know, looking me up and down and kind of just, like, give me the side. I'm used to that. But, like, how aggressive he came at me, yeah. Like, for the first time meeting him, I'm like, damn, bitch. Like, you didn't even give me a chance to really have a real conversation with you. Like, and that's my thing is, like, form an opinion on me off of what I present to you. Don't sit there and form an opinion on me for me just walking in the room. Like, that was...
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. When I saw that clip, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
And see, that's what I mean is, like, he wants to sit there and blame Karan for shit, but I'm just like, you can't blame him for what you did. Like, it was right there. It was out there, like, for everybody to see, so...
So on the latest episode, it was revealed that Messiah and Pyro's boyfriend Leon messed around, and Leon admitted it to Karan that he did cheat.
Let's talk about it, because how I'm pretty as fuck, bitch, you would never get this close to me, bitch. You crazy? And I'll flip your fuck ass, bitch. And your nigga eat my ass, too. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if they were dating in the midst of us, like, texting or whatever the case may be, but like I said, I moved here July. And I've seen Leon probably twice since I met him.
2 years in this bitch. Ain't really long though. Time flew.
So it's like in the midst of July from today, and mind you, I saw him this year too. In the midst of these 2 times, I mean, they could do the math, but I mean, y'all know what happened. I said what happened. I ain't really got to go into detail about nobody eating my peach. No shade.
Did it happen while you got me and Messiah? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was nothing like
But have you guys ever had a
Try.
break? And that happened with this happened? I'm just trying to think of how we can soften the blow.
I mean, I don't know.
My question to you is, did you already know this information prior to Messiah screaming it out?
No. No. Like, I was gagged. Like, in the moment, like, I heard it, and we didn't, like, go into more conversation about it. And I tried not to go into more conversation. Like, when the scene with me, Judy, and Messiah, after everything happened, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I need to get my charger. But after the scene, we went to Mrs. Everything to get food. We didn't bring it up because I was just like, I don't know if Karan heard it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want my sister to be out here looking messy. You know what I mean? So I was just like, like, I'm not going to speak on it. But that was the first time of me hearing it, and I was gagged.
Yeah, okay. So, according to Pyro, this happened when they were separated. But in the episode, the most recent episode, Leon said that he admitted to cheating. So I'm confused. Like, did you cheat or were you separated? What do you think? Like, you know, you're on the like inside a little bit. So what do you think?
I think him and Leon probably have had an on and off relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they've voiced that they've had domestic violence before, and they've voiced they had their issues, and it could have easily happened when they're on a break. It could have easily happened when they're together. I don't know. Like, you know, there's a lot of shit that's being said about both of them in the streets. So it's like, I don't know what to believe. It's really none of my business. I just feel like it's a shitty situation got aired out on a reality show that's being viewed by thousands and thousands of people. But when you do a reality show, you gotta expect for shit to come to light. So, I mean, yeah.
Besides yourself, who do you think is the most talented on the cast?
I'd actually really say my girl Judy. She can do makeup. She can do ballroom. She can put a motherfucking costume together. She's put one of my costumes together for ballroom. She can do hair. She can do it all. And just knowing Judy as a person and knowing what she comes from and knowing what she's done to get where she's at today, that's why I'm going to say that, because she's a talented girl. She's worked her motherfucking ass off. And that girl has really started with nothing and built herself up to something. So you have to give her flowers.
All right, I'm glad you said Judy because that's a perfect segue. So Judy is your house mother, correct? What house and what category do you walk, and what made you want to be in the ballroom scene anyways?
So we are the Kiki House of Bodega.
Not the bodega.
Yes, the bodega, honey.
I am screaming.
The category I walk is face. I sometimes will walk just regular face, drags face, but face is my category. And honestly, what got me really interested in ballroom was the show Pose. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, sorry, y'all, I'm drinking my wine.
Drink, darling, drink, darling, drink.
But I love the sense of community. And then the second I went to a ball with Judy, instant love from everybody. You know what I mean? And then we also like have just gone to balls on our own, like outside of filming and everything like that. And I love the community. Like, it's really just all love. Yes, there's some shade thrown. Yes, sometimes you get cut or sometimes, you know what I mean? But like, the room's energy is like, it's just a room for us to thrive and a room for us to showcase our talent, our beauty, everything that people in the outside world try to belittle or, you know, try to look down upon. Ballroom scene brings those things to light and just makes us all shine. And That's what I love about it. Like, I love Ballroom. Like, we're about to start doing our practices again after the new year, and I'm so excited.
So I guess we can expect to see more of that on season 4 if you return. Then
I hope so. Like, I want more of that side of me to be shown. Like, that's what I want to be shown. I don't want to be fighting bitches in the motherfucking mud.
Now you said on the live after show with Karan that you blocked T Spiller. You said he was in your DMs. However, you were cut off, so you didn't really get to finish your thought. So, okay, why did you block him? What was he saying in your DMs for you to block him? Like, what's the tea with Spiller?
Also, let me say this because I saw somebody in the comments trying to be messy. There was never a time where anyone punked Judy at a club after filming. That never happened.
Oh yeah, let me get on that too.
That never happened.
So let's get on that. And I'm gonna make a long story. T Spiller, bitch, stop playing with me, ho, because you already don't like me or Messiah anyway. You done already picture a side, and I see it, and it's okay, bitch. But ain't no hoe ever punk me, ain't no hoe ran me out of nowhere, bitch. Any city I go to is mine. Atlanta is mine, ho. So ain't no Sky ain't run me out of nowhere. Bitches was scared of me. Bitches copped up and tried to shake my hand and say, I don't want to issue with you, and gag when a bitch jumped out the car to say what's up. So you want the story, ask a bitch. Don't ever play with me, because ain't no hoe run me out of nowhere. And I'm still gonna go to friend neighborhood bar and get me a Hennessy margarita. And if y'all ever want to see a bitch, you can always catch me at friend. So yeah, please spill a bitch. Stop playing with me.
Girl, I had to block him.
Weird, okay, you can't even show your motherfucking face on your motherfucking page, bitch. What you talking about?
Right.
Put your face on your motherfucking page.
So he had posted, I think, like a clip of me and Pyro or something like that. And you know he's on Pyro's dick. So he was sitting there like posting a thing of me and Pyro. And he was in my DMs like, oh, I really hope you guys can reconcile at the reunion, blah, blah, blah. And then like I had replied being like cordial. Then I go to this man's page and they're on live for like a whole 3 hours talking about the way I talk, talking about my makeup, talking about, oh, he's not a real makeup artist because he doesn't have celebrity makeup artist or celebrity clients like I just told this man. Like, sir, you never show your face, 1. 2, you're sitting there watching us every week, talking about us with your 70 followers. 3, you sat there for 3 hours and talked about me, about the way I look, the way I dress, the way I talk, my career. Like, literally, girl, bye. Like, why are you in my DM talking about, oh, I wish you guys reconcile? Like, you don't wish that. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop with the cat, because you're in my motherfucking DM saying they're being all extra, but you're on your lives talking shit about me every 2 seconds. So I blocked him. And it's the same thing with Judy. Like, he's on Judy's head like all the time. It's just like, get off the bitch's dick. Like, why are you so obsessed with us? Why are you so obsessed with me? So if you could tell T Spiller, how you doing, T Spiller? If you could tell T Spiller one thing right now, what would you say to him? If I could say anything to T Spiller, get a life. Get a career. Get a job. Get a hobby. Where do you get this mouth from? I live for it though. Like but you're very quick with the But see, hold on. TTB, that's the crazy part, because I don't even realize I'd be saying shit. And like after we were filming too, Karan would be like, Anthony, like you have a mouthpiece on you. Like I'm like, I just be talking. Like, that's just how I be talking. I don't know, but my thing is really just get a life. Like, I don't know what you want from me. What I'm saying is, like, did you grow up like going at it with people, like shade, like going at it with people like in school or something? Because you're very quick with your mouth, like you're like so quick. Like if you had practice. I've had practice. You know what I mean? Like I think like. So a little tea behind me, like junior high, I was like the really shy, quiet, like I was in the closet. So, you know, I got bullied a lot. Like, everyone knew I was gay. Like, it was obvious as fuck. But, you know, I wasn't secure with it yet. So, you know, I kind of got bullied a little bit. And then when I went into high school, I just told myself, I was like, I'm going to own who I am. And if a bitch has a motherfucking problem with it, then we're going to have a problem. So I kind of just, it was just a mindset switch. It was just like, you know, no bitch is going to fuck with me. And nobody's going to be in my face playing with me. I don't care the way I look. I don't care how small I am. I'm not sitting there saying I could beat everybody's ass. But at the end of the day, baby, you're going to go down with me looking crazy. Like, that's just me. Like, I've always been somebody that doesn't take shit. Like, I will always hold my own.
How do you feel about being the fan favorite? And did you see that coming?
I didn't see it coming. And you know, as T actually is like one of the cameramen pulled me aside. One time we were filming, he was like, Aunt, like, I really don't think you understand. Like, people are about to love you. And I'm just like, really? I'm just like, really? Like, I expected to be liked, but I expected to also be hated a lot. Like, I don't know. I just expected that. I was just like, I feel like there's going to be good and there's going to be the bad. But I appreciate it. Like, for real, I do at the bottom of my heart. Because these are people that don't really know me, you know what I mean? And they're seeing me on their screen once a week. And they're like, damn, I love him. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. Like, I love the love. Like, I love y'all. Like, thank you very much. I did not expect it, though. I didn't expect people to be, like, rooting for me like that. I was like, okay, shit.
Go ahead, Bubs. I see you wanted to say something.
Yeah. The next time you talk to this cameraman, can you please tell him that the people would love him better if we didn't see all the grass and the sky and the trees and the cups and shit? I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
I'm dead. I think though they did that on purpose, you guys, because the person that was hosting the event, he kind of didn't want us to air that whole night because it was his event. And I think a lot of the scenes after the altercation, or like almost like the second half of the altercation, the guy that was hosting it was out there trying to break it up and mediate it, and he didn't want his face in it, and he told Karan that. So I think Karan was just being strategic on like, okay, let me not. But I think that's why.
Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Like, he always does that. Like, build us up in this trailer, and then when the show comes, it's like B-roll.
Okay. Yeah, one thing I am kind of upset about, I wish he really would have showed us on the floor a little bit more. So y'all could have seen what the real action was, what it was giving. Yes, what it was giving. Because another thing too, they didn't air. I was bleeding out my knuckle. My knuckle was bleeding.
Oh, we saw you get them licks, and we saw a couple of licks.
Yeah, my knuckle was bleeding. I think I have like a little.
And I even think I heard
Mulan.
I think I heard Mulan, and maybe I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I think I heard Mulan say that when he was trying to calm down Pyro, that Pyro actually had blood around his mouth. So I don't know if you didn't hit the nigga and something happened or your blood. I don't know. But we saw your face wasn't touched.
Woo-cha.
And hold on, can I pause right here? This is not me wanting to like rehash it with him. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
right.
He's gonna be like, oh, he thinks he fucking won, but I don't think I won. I don't think anybody beat anybody up. It was a tussle. Like, I feel like he pulled me off the motherfucking porch, which I give him that.
But it was a mud wrestling match.
With me, and we got to rumbling. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I'm not sitting there saying like, oh, I beat his ass. Ha ha ha. Like, no. But what I am saying is I hope he realized how fucking stupid he looked. Like, that's all I hope he realizes.
And don't apologize. Like, say what you say. Stand 10 toes down. Like, you don't have to clean it up. Like, we're interviewing you. It's not like you went live and you're talking about it. You're fine.
No.
I'm sorry, but it really was like it's like a WWE. Remember the wrestling, the mud wrestling they used to do back in the day? It gave very much of that. So the reunion is coming up. It's being filmed January 7th, which we're a couple of weeks away from. Do you have your outfit ready? Are you nervous? What are you feeling going into it?
My outfit is in the makings right now. The designer is a gay designer here in Atlanta. When the reunion airs, or when I am on the reunion, I do want to shout him out, and I do want to get him some business. Actually, I'm gonna do it now because he deserves it. So his name is Tyler Kirkland, TK. I've walked in some of his fashion shows before. He's an amazing designer. He sent me some sketches for my outfit, and I was just like, yes, I love it. It was like honestly the idea I was having in my head without even reaching out to him, like about like what I wanted. I just said, hey, I want something designed. He's like, he hit me like a couple days later. He's like, what about this? I was like, that's perfect.
So now you have no choice but to slay. Yes,
period. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm coming in the reunion with a new hair color. I'm coming in the reunion with a bomb ass outfit. I'm not nervous. I'm ready to read a few bitches down that need to be read. And I'm ready to sit there and keep it cute. Like I'm not laying my hands on nobody. If anybody gets up to get rowdy with me, Karan better be for real about this motherfucking security, because I'm really not. I'm not playing that. If somebody tries to lay their hands on me, I will leave. I will literally leave. Like I'm not playing that this time. I'm not looking to mess on camera again.
I do think he does have security though. I know. I believe so. I think so.
No, he told me. Yeah, he told me he does. I just hope he's like.
I mean, I guess he has. They had security at the New York reunion I was at, and that shit went left. Bitch.
But what would be real fierce is you looking the way you look, and then you coming in with your own security.
That's true. That's what we've been talking about. I'm just like, should we get our own, like?
Because well, you better come in that mug with some mace or something, brass knuckles, something in your shoe or something, just in case they try. Because if they touch you, if security don't respond quick enough, you won't touch me again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's just that's what I'm worried about. And the other thing I'm worried about is the audience. But Kron is being really strategic about it. He's selling tickets. It's not just a free for all. So bitches that actually want to spend some money can be there.
Oh no, he sold tickets at that New York show too. I'm trying to tell you, that New York show was crazy. We all bought tickets, okay? And that shit.
I didn't watch it. Was it Rough and Rowdy?
Yeah, it's on his channel. Look up the Come Up New York was I think season 2 reunion. I was there live. There was security there. The girls paid, and World War III went down. Okay, just saying. So you know, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think Karan has ever had a reunion without the girls fighting. This might be history.
Right.
Just
I don't know.
Because last year Pyro was fighting. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think he's ever had a reunion without one of the girls.
Yep. And Dion has never been the same.
Right. We haven't seen him. We saw him 2 times this season.
Right.
I think he's coming back next episode.
He needs to.
He had COVID, right? He had COVID, so he probably had to quarantine. Yeah.
So, Anthony Zoll, let's get personal real quick. Okay, let me talk to you. You're looking into my eyes. You see it. Okay. So, who's holding you at night? Who's holding you? How's the love life going? What's going on?
I'm honestly probably the most single I've been in so long. Like, my last boo was back in June before we started filming. That ended just, like, so over it. After him, I just paid these men no mind. Like, I don't want to be on no dating sites. I don't even want to kick it with nobody. Like, I'm really so content with being by myself. Like, it's almost kind of scary. Like, I really don't care to be with anybody. I really, half the time, I don't care to be around friends. Like, I really like being by myself, and I really like focusing on myself. And until a man comes in my life and just shows me some shit that I'm not used to or surprises me, then I'll take them serious. But until then, I'm worried about me and me only. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. And yeah, so a bitch is single. So, I mean, if there's some fine men out there that know how to bring the vibes, bring the motherfucking vibes, you already see what type of bitch I am. So let's get to it.
Mike, you wanted to say something?
Now I was gonna say good luck finding that in Atlanta, boo.
I know. I was just saying, my roster last year was so good. Like I had such a good roster last year when I was here.
Not a roster.
Like I was going on dates. So I was just kicking it. But this year I've been real low key. But it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you give your attention to too many people, it can be draining. And you know, I'm really focused on me right now. I'm focused on what Anthony can do to make himself the best. And
so you're not hoeing out here in these streets.
No, unfortunately.
You are in Atlanta. You talking about unfortunately? Ooh, you better make that happen.
Listen, like I said, like if the right one.
There's bathhouses out there. I heard you gonna go to a bathhouse,
baby. They said I was in
that's
one.
not my style though. Like, girl, I can't just be fucked by some random person. Wait, can I say the F word on here? I don't know if I've already said
you
that.
good. Fuck, suck, duck. Yeah, you good.
But I'm like, I can't do that because that scares me. I get too scared.
I mean, you're right. Especially in Atlanta, no shade. Them rates are high. Them rates are sky.
It is, and it's so sad as like the gay community. We have to fucking fear having sex with somebody or being intimate with somebody without catching something. Like it's sad, but I mean, it is what it is.
Do you like the Kim K comparisons?
I mean, I've gone out a lot. Like back home, they used to call me like Kylie J. You know what I mean? Like Kim K. Like they've always people have always called me that or like referred me to that.
Why do you think is it the vocal fry in your voice? You think it's the fry?
It's definitely the vocal fry. It's definitely the makeup. It's definitely. I think it's just the way I present myself too. Like I think it's just all around, which I take it as a compliment. Okay, the Kardashians are some boss ass bitches. I know some people may hate them, but they're rich, they're paid, and y'all are talking about them. So
yeah, who knows? Listen, the way you're going, I definitely can see you with your own makeup line eventually. So
I hope.
Okay, that's a good question. Speaking of that, out of the celebrity girls, we got Kylie. We got who got? We got Rihanna. We got Lady Gaga. That's all I can think about right now. Out of those three girls, what makeup would you use?
Kylie. I actually use a lot of Kylie in my kit. Fenty, I will give Fenty their bronzers. I love their bronzers because a lot of bronzers don't go for deeper complexions. And when I have my deep complexion girls, I pull out my Fenty bronzer because I can contour them and warm their face up with it. So I will give Fenty that. I do love Fenty, but I like Kylie's eyeliners. I like her concealers, and I like her bronzers too. Are good.
And what's your favorite thing to do on somebody's face?
Skin. Skin will always be my fave. Like I love making somebody's skin just look like butter. Like if you notice in my glam, like I'm very much like neutral tones. I don't do a whole lot. Like I'm not with the art, like the color and the graphic shit. Like I'm just more chiseled cheekbones, glowy skin, and like a neutral eye and a neutral lip. Like that's just my go-to.
All right, last question so we can all get the fuck up out of here, okay? Period. It's a word association. I'm gonna name every cast member, and you just have to say one word about them that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Quay.
This is so hard. Oh my God. Wait. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Question mark.
Question. What that? Okay. Messiah.
Like I said with Quran, spicy. My girl is spicy. Okay, my girl's gonna bring it.
Milan.
A boss.
Dion.
Boring.
I'm about to play this game of Bubs after I'm done with you. Hold on. Darion.
Immature.
Leon. You know, he's an honorary cast member, no shade. So, Leon.
Mixy.
Judy.
Baddie.
And yourself. Last but not least, yourself.
I'll say feisty.
All right. Now, really quickly, Bubs. Yeah, you. So Bubs, marry, Shag, or kill Bubs, Quay, Messiah, or Milan. Marry, Shag, kill.
Who? Why would you say that? First of all, I'm marrying Quay because I said in my reviews, Quay is husband material. Okay, this nigga worked 15 jobs. Okay, he acting and shit, manifesting his dreams. He know how to be with kids and take care of kids and have that energy. Like he's husband material. So of course I marry him. Kill. Oh fuck. Well, I will fuck Mulan because Mulan look like this shit is good. I would hate to say Messiah, but I just feel like because this episode, Messiah's eyes got wide, and when somebody do some wide ass shit, they really on some type of stuff. He might try to kill me. So, bitch, I'm trying to live. I take your ass out first. So,
thank you, Bubs. And Anthony, you said you called Dion boring. Why?
It's really no shade, and I'm gonna have to address it at the reunion. I already know me and him are like gonna go at it, but
gagging.
Why are you on the show? You don't live in Atlanta.
Ooh.
You're not here trying to make a name for yourself. You have to drive 6 hours. Like, it's just, I don't understand why he's here, but it's just like, I don't have beef with him. It's just, I feel like there's people here that live in Atlanta, live in the city, that are genuinely trying to make something of themselves that could be on the show, that could take his spot and bring something different. That's that. Like, I just like, I mean, y'all even said y'all seen him twice this whole season. I met him after halfway of filming this season. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh, I don't know.
Get ready for the reunion. She's gonna come for you. But in this season, has she done anything to you at all? Like, have you guys had any interaction at all?
Yes, at my lingerie party, we kind of have an interaction, and honestly, there's some comments made actually at my lingerie party that y'all will see that I didn't take very serious until thinking back about it, and I was just like, nah, this bitch needs to get checked. Like, let me check her real quick. So I think that's kind of what I need to address with her when I go to the reunion. Like I said, I don't want to go there and like try to make somebody look bad or fight nobody. You know what I mean? It's just, I want to go there and speak my truth. Like, I want to be like, listen, you came at me with this bullshit. So, and at the time I let it slide, but thinking back, I should have addressed this, and I didn't, and I don't know why I didn't, but here we are now. That's why there's a reunion.
Okay. How do you feel about coming into a season to a show that was already filmed? Like, the season was already done, basically already done, and then, you know, the camera equipment got stolen, and then now you're on basically, you know, the cast, but a different cast of the same scene. Like, how do you feel about that?
I knew going into it, it was gonna be like, I'm the new girl. You know what I mean? Like, I replaced somebody from when they first started filming it. So I was a little bit worried that it was gonna be almost fake.
Oh.
I think that's what I was worried about. I was worried about production trying to make it something it wasn't, but that it wasn't that. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I was afraid that they were going to try to reenact what happened when they first filmed. But he didn't even need to do all that. Like, I walked in the scene and then bitches were just mad and on Instagram and throwing shade and you know what I mean? So it was like we didn't even need to refilm anything. It was just everything y'all see happened how it happened. Like, there was no thinking too much into it.
Go ahead, Mike.
Were you brought on to replace Sky, and could that have something to do why Pyro didn't see it for you?
And I've heard that. I feel like that could have a factor because sorry y'all. Filming it, I didn't think about that. But then like when I was like watching this season as it went on and thinking about it, I'm like, they are low-key friends. So maybe he felt some type of way of me coming on the cast and his friend not being there. So maybe that was why he was applying so much pressure to me. That could easily be why. But it's like, don't be mad at me because your friend fucked up the opportunity for them.
Ooh.
Like that's not my fault. You know what I mean? Like,
who do you think stole the footage, stole the camera equipment?
I really have no idea. I know a lot of people are saying like they think it's Sky or whatever. I don't know Sky. I can't speak on his character. I can't speak on who he is. I don't know who stole it. I don't know why someone would want to steal it. Like, to me, that's weird. Like, I'm like, why? The only thing I could think of is somebody wanting to sell the cameras or sell the shit. Like, I mean, you know how Atlanta is. Like, everybody's doing some scamming ass shit. So I don't know if they wanted to use that shit to try to like sell it or what. But I really have no idea. I really have no idea. And I'm just confused. Did they like break in the window or like open the trunk? I'm just like,
the trunk. It was the trunk.
You asking us, we should be asking you. You in the circle.
I don't know. I don't be asking production all that shit. I really don't. Like, I be keen with my girls, Judy and Messiah, and that's it. Like, that's really...
Speaking of production, sometimes the production at Gemini Films, they get a bad rap. Sometimes, how has your experience been working with Gemini Films?
My experience has been good with Gemini Films. I love Karan. I do sometimes, like when I just seen his post like about DC and New York, I feel like he can like almost put on a lot on his plate and kind of have his hands here and like, and I really wish if he watches this, like, it's all love. It's no like, I wish he would try to devote his time and energy into us right now. You know what I mean? And like focus in on us right now. And then once our season is done, focus on Miami since he's filming Miami right now. You know what I mean? Like, I want that for him because I just don't want him to be overwhelmed with all these projects and then the projects don't come to their full potential. But my personal experience with Gemini Films and Karan being like the head of production has been positive. You know what I mean? Like we've had conversations like after the fight, like, I hope you still want to do the show, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not letting no bitch run me off this show. Like, I came on here for a reason. Like, I'm not, you know, so I appreciate him reaching out, like making sure like I was good. And he wanted me a part of the project still. He is really he communicates with all of us about a lot of things because he knows like we're entrepreneurs, so we have a lot of bookings and clients and stuff like that. So he's like, hey, the 7th of January when we're filming, take that all off. The 8th, we're having an after party, shit like that. So my experience has been good. I just don't want him to be overwhelmed with all the projects he's coming on with, and I want him to be successful because at the end of the day, he's putting all of us in a position to win.
Period.
He's putting a whole bunch of gay boys, non-binary people in a position to really thrive and show who they are, and nobody else is doing that for us. So I love and appreciate that for him.
One last thing before we get out of here. Is there one last thing you would like to say to people who might see this interview? What would you want to say to them, you know, if anything?
This is just my opinion on things. This is my thoughts. You know what I mean? I feel like people are gonna have their truths. I have my truth. This is how I viewed my experience. This is how I viewed my situations. If you don't like it, don't care. Like, deal with that on your own time. Like, because I don't care about what your opinions are of me. So, and at the end of the day, you guys see half of what is filmed. So just keep in mind there's a lot that goes on behind scenes that you guys don't see. Just because you see us for 40 minutes on your screen one night a week does not mean you know us. So just keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you, Anthony, so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can catch Anthony on the Come Up Atlanta Season 3 every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the Gemini Films YouTube channel. And make sure you guys go to his Instagram, which is AnthonyNation, and follow him right the fuck now.
I'm about to do it
okay?
right now.
Thank you, Anthony, so much for coming onto the panel.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Do the
You
same.
too.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, see y'all. Bye.